There is a new law currently being discussed behind closed doors, and if it passes, it could reshape America in ways that most people aren't even considering. This law is being discussed in secrecy, and yet very few are talking about it. Why is this law being kept out of the public's eye? Who stands to gain from keeping this under wraps? And most importantly, how will it impact everyday Americans like you and me? Let's break it down and explore the possible consequences of this hidden legislative push in clear terms. What is this law? The law in question has the potential to dramatically alter the nation's economic landscape, government policies, and even affect fundamental personal freedoms. Artificial intelligence regulation. Some sources claim the government is preparing to introduce strict regulations on artificial intelligence. These regulations could dictate how companies use AI in everyday life, ranging from automation in the workplace to surveillance measures that monitor citizens. AI has already begun to shape numerous industries. Jobs are being automated, decisions are being made by algorithms, and even our personal data is being collected and analyzed at alarming rates. If such regulations were passed, it would certainly disrupt the way businesses operate, force tech companies to change their practices, and maybe even redefine what it means to be a worker in America. Universal Basic Income, UBI. Another possibility is that this law could pave the way for universal basic income, a proposal that guarantees every American a fixed amount of money each month, regardless of their employment status. Proponents argue that UBI could help ease the financial struggles faced by millions of families, giving people the freedom to pursue careers, education, or creative ventures without the constant pressure of financial insecurity. Introducing UBI could drastically alter the economic structure of the nation, but it could also spark fierce debates about taxes, government spending, and economic sustainability. Election reform. Finally, some reports have suggested that this new law could focus on overhauling the way elections are conducted. This might include digital voting, which would make voting more accessible and efficient, but could also introduce new risks surrounding cybersecurity and data privacy. Other potential reforms could involve making voting mandatory, which would increase voter turnout but also raise questions about freedom of choice. Why are they hiding it? There are a number of possible reasons why powerful political figures or corporate entities might want to keep the details of this law under wraps. The secrecy surrounding the proposal has raised a lot of suspicions, and many believe that keeping the law hidden benefits certain powerful groups. Let's break it down. Big businesses are involved. If the law involves regulations that restrict how companies can use AI, such as limiting surveillance or preventing mass automation, large tech companies might have a significant stake in stopping it. Companies like Google, Amazon, and Facebook thrive on their ability to use AI for everything from gathering data to shaping public opinion. Fear of public reaction. Any major law that affects people's daily lives, whether it's how they vote, what their paycheck looks like, or how their data is used, can spark massive protests and widespread opposition. If news of the law breaks too early, the government risks facing public backlash, especially if it involves policies that are seen as overly intrusive or too radical. How could this law change America? If this law were to pass, it could drastically change the lives of millions of Americans in ways that most of us are not prepared for. Here are just a few of the ways it could impact different groups of people. For workers, if AI regulations are included in the law, it could create a dramatic shift in how people work. On the one hand, it might protect jobs by limiting automation or ensuring that AI is used ethically. On the other hand, it could also force companies to adapt their business models, potentially leading to layoffs, restructuring, or major shifts in industry practices. The introduction of AI in workplaces could bring both benefits and challenges, and workers may find themselves in a rapidly changing environment. What can you do? As this new law continues to take shape in secrecy, it's important for citizens to stay informed and demand transparency from their government. Here's what you can do. Research the latest news. Stay updated on any developments regarding the law through reliable news outlets and independent sources. This will give you a clearer picture of what's going on behind the scenes and help you understand how it could affect you. Ask questions. Contact your local representatives and demand transparency. Hold them accountable by asking them what they know about this law and how it could impact their constituents.